But when I was coming out of school, I thought in 1 or 2 years I would have been married, I would have bought a car, I would have a home. But to date, none of that has happened. It doesn't mean I've failed. It doesn't mean we are failing. But what it means is that there is a step, a progressive step that we have to take as individuals. So be open-minded as you come out of school. Do not think that you will come out and things go the way you want. It will make you go into frustrations. It makes you not to trust yourself. It makes you go into depression, because even the Bible itself says hope deferred makes the heart sick. If you're having hope about something, it doesn't happen, it then brings a lot of issues on you as an individual. So be open-minded, be able to be positive, that it may not be here now, but at least we are moving somewhere. Even as you do that, the first job I got was through a referral. It was a classmate who texted and in a group, in a WhatsApp group, said we are looking for an HR intern, and then I was able to go and I was able to be recruited in that job. The next job I got, I saw the advert on LinkedIn. So you can't be on Facebooking all the time. You're looking for work. You have to update your social profile, particularly on LinkedIn, particularly on Fuzu. You update what you can do. Write your CV, will be able to communicate. These are some of the skills that you will not be taught in school. How to communicate professionally. How to write a professional email.
Hi guys, welcome to Life Plus Show. Here our main focus is always to ensure that you get the right information at the right time. And today we are here to shoot another good video that will help you to understand some things that are relevant in our society in this season. First, before I introduce our guest, because as usual guys, we already have a guest here, I just want to appreciate you, those who are their first time for coming here. I just want to thank you so much for tuning into Life Plus Show, and I just want to request you to subscribe to our channel so that you can be part of our family. And to those that keep coming back, we appreciate you so much, and continue being part of us, because we promise every time that we shall be giving you the right content. Otherwise, without much stories guys, we already have a guest, and I'll just give him the opportunity to introduce himself so that we can know who we have here today even before we start our journey together. So karibu sana.
Thank you. My name is Maxwell Odhiambo. I come from Kisumu County, a place called Benta. And I'm glad to be with us here today, and it's a nice show that we're going to enjoy what is coming out, and we hope that at the end of it all we will receive something beneficial to all of us.
Wow, thank you so much guys. That is Max. He is our guest today, and guys, as he has just promised, we are going to give you something that will help you not only today but even as your journey, more so for the students and even for those people that are desiring to focus on the job market. So just basically, Max, before we start, maybe you can just help us to know your professional, like you are Max. You have told us you come from Kisumu. What of your professional dimension?
Thank you. I graduated in the year 2019 from JKUAT University, where I studied human resource management, and of course I was working hard there. I got a first class honors from JKUAT. From then I got an internship first of all, just before I graduated, and I was working with a company called Virtual Human Resource Services Limited, where we were doing general HR work. I have been there from 2019 all the way to April 2022, where I now transitioned and moved to Coca-Cola Beverages Africa, still as a human resource personnel, currently I'm working in Molo and also supporting Kisumu sections of the entire Coca-Cola Beverages Africa Limited. I want to say that my discussion here, I think, is about I as an individual. I want to really be talking as a representative of either of the companies. I'll be speaking as an individual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Hey, your biography imekuwa kali, and I feel like nafaa kupewa some content even before coming here. But that is him. He is a profession and is an HR profession. And maybe as not mentioned, he studied in JKUAT.
Yes.
He studied in JKUAT, and I know the guys from JKUAT knows that in JKUAT you don't just get the professional qualification, but the situation of life alone helps you to understand that you need to focus and push yourself. So we just know that there are people that are graduating towards, I think, next week Tuesday, and we just thought it good to bring HR today to help us, speak to us, because I know as we graduate, many people will focus to major on different things. There are those that will focus on business, there are those that will focus on work, job place, and there are those that will focus in continuing in their studies. So today, this video, we are focusing on those that are purposing to get a job market. I know we believe in Kenya that kupata kazi ni ngumu, you have to have connections and all that, but what if the story is different? So today we just wanted to get it from Max to help us understand, because we know that HRs, they work on the dimension of employing people, if I'm not wrong. And because we have him here, I want him to help us understand, so that at the end of this video, at least perspective yetu ikuwe clear. So Max, we just request that you be genuine with us, utuambie ukweli yenye inakuanga kwa ground, ndio au wenye wanatoka nje at least wasigonge nje mara mob before wajipate kujua venye vitu zinafanywa. So just as a start of, let us say for example, or someone is graduating on Tuesday, and home wanajua vizuri ukigraduate what they expect you to do is ukue unapata job and you start supporting the families. So this person, what can you tell him or her as a person first? What should they have on mind? Those who want to start to get employment, what should they have in mind even before going to that dimension of their expectations?
All right. Thank you again. When it comes to coming out of school and moving towards the employment world, we have two things that I call principle and practice. Principle is theory. It is the ideal situation, how things should be, and then we have practice. That is the real how things are. And you see some people saying qua ground it turns out to be different. Of course, when you are coming out of school, you are coming out with a lot of expectations, and a lot of hope is in you. Hope from the society. If I speak about myself, when I was coming out, I remember, we are people who went to school through help, and community support, and we were going to school. I remember even the church was coming in to contribute. Some people even sell parcels of land for you to be able to study. So there's a lot of expectations on someone who is graduating from school. There's expectations from yourself as an individual. There are expectations from your parents. And then the society at large also expects something from you. And the government, if you took help, you have to pay.
The SMSs will start coming,
So the government is also expecting that you will be a responsible citizen. You begin to pay taxes and such like stuff. But the point that we come out, you will most often realize that you're never going to come out of school and get employed directly. Very few people actually come out and get employed and begin to work immediately. So what I would say to someone who is coming out of school now is to have an open mind. can you be open-minded to the extent that if whatever you are hoping that will happen to you doesn't happen, but you will still be able to stand in the society. One of the reasons why we have a lot of insecurity issues, for example, is we have a lot of graduates in the job market who are frustrated, who are intimidated by life, have been bulldozed by life, so they don't know anywhere else to run to. Going home is not an option.
It's not a solution,
And so you're in Nairobi, you can't afford rent and all those stuff. So you may decide to be a thief or to be a petty crime or a petty robber. So, or even wash what people do here and there. So be open-minded to the extent that you are able to manage your own expectations. But when I was coming out of school, I thought in 1 or 2 years I would have been married, I would have bought a car, I would have a home. But to date, none of that has happened. It doesn't mean I've failed. It doesn't mean we are failing. But what it means is that there is a step, a progressive step that we have to take as individuals. So be open-minded as you come out of school. Do not think that you will come out and things go the way you want. It will make you go into frustrations. It makes you not to trust yourself. It makes you go into depression, because even the Bible itself says hope deferred makes the heart sick. If you're having hope about something, it doesn't happen, it then brings a lot of issues on you as an individual. So be open-minded, be able to be positive, that it may not be here now, but at least we are moving somewhere. And even as you do that, also, second, I would say, work on your social capital. Work on yourself, on your social capacity as an individual. Most of these jobs that we get these days come out of referrals.
True.
For example, myself, when I say, the first job I got was through a referral. It was a classmate who texted and in a group, in a WhatsApp group. I said we are looking for an HR intern, and then I was able to go and I was able to be recruited in that job. The next job I got, I saw the advert on LinkedIn. So you can't be on Facebooking all the time. You're looking for work. You have to update your social profile, particularly on LinkedIn, particularly on Fuzu. You update what you can do. Write your CV, you will be able to communicate. These are some of the skills that you will not be taught in school. How to communicate professionally. How to write a professional email. And even looking at the Kenyan education system, some of the things you have to take some effort to be able to learn them by yourself. One of the important skills actually that I was mentioning is professional communication. We've always said, what is communication? Communication is that aspect of passing information or conveying information from one party to another by the use of a medium, an appropriate medium or channel, and then whereby there is feedback. Without a feedback, there is no communication.
True.
Now, this is a problem that we have as young people when it comes to professionalism in communication. You will find somebody just throwing a CV to an HR's email, as if you are dumping it in a dustbin somewhere.
So when you say dumping, what do you mean?
You throw your CV.
How?
You just write a CV and there's no body of the email. There is no subject. There is no nothing. You just take your CV, attach to an email, locate somebody's email, and click send.
So what should we do?
Even myself, in as much as we want to be considerate as a human being, but if you send such a CV, I won't look at it.
So which is the right CV to be sent?
Professional communication. An email must have a subject reference. Secondly, it must have a body, the body of the email. What is the body of the email? You are applying for a job. These people don't know you. It is only fair enough that you introduce yourself.
These people,
they're not your uncles. They're not your mother.
Okay.
We always say in Nairobi, there is nobody's mother. These are not your mother. Nobody knows you. By the way, the world does not owe you anything.
Yeah, true.
It is the truth. Nobody owes you anything. Even if you got a first class honors, like myself here, nobody owes you anything. If you have to pick a djembe and dig before you reach somewhere,
dig.
Please pick that djembe and dig.
Hey, that is powerful.
And that is something that we have said. Talking a little bit about myself, what I've said, just some time before I came into my career and began, I found myself selling dawa ya kunguni and mende. Dawa ya kunguni, dawa ya mende, dawa ya panya.
Okay.
And I remember we were walking, and then there was a speaker up there with a car. The guy is saying in the speaker, dawa ya mende, panya na kunguni. Ukitaka dawa wasiliana na wahudumu wetu wanatembea hapo. I was that muhudumu walking there. And in fact from that day in Githurai, that is where I made a lot of sales.
Yeah.
In Githurai 44.
So unajulikana huko kama dawa.
I made a lot of sales in dawa ya kunguni there. But what are we saying? If you have to do something, do it.
Okay.
The fallacy that we have with graduates is that we think that the country owes you anything.
Yeah.
That there's an employer who owes you a job. Nobody owes you anything in this country. And by the way, this country is so unfair to poor people. If you don't have somebody to hold your hand, that you have to hold your hand by yourself, it is only fair enough that an opportunity finds you ready.
Okay.
One of the biggest regrets that we have as an individual is when an opportunity comes, but you are not ready to pick that opportunity. Why were you not ready? Number one, you could not communicate in good English, yet you are a graduate.
Okay.
Number two, you couldn't even dress appropriately as required.
So how should someone dress?
I remember you have to dress decently.
How?
Modestly.
Okay.
If you're going to an interview somewhere, could you do some research and know what is the company policy? What do people do? Some research, have some information. Have some information. By the way, you are what you are because of the information that you have.
True.
If you have no information, you cannot be anything.
Yeah.
I remember an interview where I was chased away. I would mention that interview because I had done my first interview. It was online. It went well. I did the second one with the HR officer. It went well. I did the third one. You have to do several levels of interview. It's a big position. With the head of human resource department, it went well. And then I was told I was going to meet the MD the following day. So when I went to meet the MD, again I dressed, but I didn't wear a suit by then. And then I didn't have a coat. And then I was told, you know what, guys, I cannot interview you without a coat.
And you have not even gotten a job.
No, yourself. I cannot be interviewed. And you realize it is not fair. You may want to say it is not fair, but that
because
is
you are qualified.
That is not your company. It is their policy. You have to put on a suit. What can you do? It is better you put on a suit and then upate people are putting on jeans. Instead of you going with jeans and then upate the suit. You will cry because I cried. I couldn't believe it. The reason why I cried is because I had done 3 levels of interviews. And I knew I was the one who was going to qualify for that job. And by the way, the salary I was going to earn there was 4 times what I was earning where I was. Okay. I already knew the salary.
So you're very calculated. We are humans.
I even but then I was staying in some house. I wanted to relocate. I planned my life.
Boss.
I have my friend.
Did you get strength to go back home?
I went back home. I have a friend called Kenyan. So yes, that's what we are saying, friends, and those who are watching, that preparation is very key if you're going to succeed, particularly in your career. You have to prepare adequately. Yeah. And nobody will prepare you.
And nobody will tell you to.
It is you to prepare adequately. if you don't have information, that's when you go to an interview, you begin sweating. You begin crying. I've met people who cried in my interview. And you wonder. There's another one I even gave. I told her just go and rest and then come back. I gave a glass of water. Just go and take some 5 minutes break. You are now sweating. You are crying. You want to faint in an interview. That is because you haven't prepared adequately. So I've said 3 things there basically. One is please be open-minded. 2, work on your social capital. I've built good connections through you, LinkedIn, through your classmates. You never know where help is going to come from. And then thirdly, also, I've said prepare. Always keep preparing. And as you keep preparing, you try various options. If you did sales, you must not do sales. You must not only do sales. You can always do any other thing that comes your way. Even as you wait for a day where better doors will open. And I have said, and this is something we've seen, that the informal sector is actually now becoming even more profitable than us in the formal sector. Because you'll find somebody working in a company, you are paid 25,000 shillings, you want to pay rent, you want to pay help, you want to eat, there is transport, there's a lot. So do anything that you can do, because once you get money, money does not write that this person was in the farm. By the way, today is one of the Saturdays that you find me, at least I'm a bit clean. I wish you found me home. Home today. You will find me in my jembe there. I'm looking at my trees. I'm looking at my farm. I'm looking at the chicken here and there, because that is you have to be open-minded and do a couple of things before you make it. Yes.
Wow, I think hiyo ni dos kali sana. And before we continue, there's something that we have been saying every video that I do, and I really want to get everyone's opinion as much as possible. So the word is, if someone finished school, it is not advisable to go home. Like you are graduated, it's not advisable that urudi ushago, like ukae huko. What can you say about it as now a professional HR in your profession?
Ushago is different, and it also depends. What works for me may not actually
work for another person,
for somebody else. We've seen people who actually went back to Shago. And I've seen a friend who went and opened a fish joint. He had some small money, some small savings. He opened a joint. He was just selling fish. And now it has now opened up to a restaurant. People are eating there. People are buying. Now he has even engaged some border guys delivering, like Bolt, do Uber Watch. So it is different. It depends on where you really,
your passion really is.
And where you want to build yourself from. But what we discourage is being lazy-minded. Going back home may be a source of you going back to your parents and going back to re-strategize. There are times when life can beat you, and if life is beating you, you don't really continue in what you are doing. The first step, if you realize that life is beating you, you have to stop and then think. In that thinking, you're able to re-strategize and drop a strategy. So going home entirely is not wrong. It can never be wrong. But what I am against, personally as an individual, is you not putting in any effort to your growth or to your well-being as an individual, and depending entirely on other people. You know, you can be in town and you depend on other people.
True.
You have no house, you have no nothing. You are just in somebody else's house, eating there. Yes, you can even stay in a hostel in the campus, and you finished a long time ago. You should be married, but you are still pirating in a hostel. So going home is entirely not wrong. What we have to discourage is young men and women, is young men who want to take what comes easy.
Yeah.
If it comes easy, it goes easy.
Yeah.
If you rise up too fast, I am telling you the truth, you will fall too fast. So this action of young men not wanting to work hard, wanting to get things free of charge, wanting to get things lazily, wanting to just be given. By the way, let me tell you, my sister, you are not given, you need to earn. Do not be somebody who wants to be given. Be somebody who wants to earn. Okay. So that when you spend your money, you spend what you have earned. Yeah. It is something you really worked hard from Monday to Friday. You have earned that value. When you find me eating my chicken, I have earned it. Yeah. It's not something that you are unapewa. Because you will never know how to get it. Yeah. If you're always being given.
And you cannot be given forever.
Even givers at some point may be tired. Yeah. And if you read the Bible, we happen to be Christians. You read the Bible at some point says, where Paul is talking to people saying, I urge you, brethren, to do not grow weary of doing good while you have the opportunity. Yeah. Why is the Bible saying do not grow weary?
Because there is a possibility
that you might be doing good and you get weary. Yeah. Even your mother. The Bible says even a mother can forget his child. Yeah. But then it's only God who cannot forget you. But what I'm saying is, you should not be one who is always being given. Yeah, yeah. You want to do handouts. You want to do, you say, gonywa. And tufungue. And then our question is, who tied you? Who tied you there? Ukiona MCA tufungue. Ukiona nani tupeke kitu kidogo. Who tied you in the first place? So what we're saying is, as young men, coming out of school, you must have cultivate the culture of earning before spending. Okay. By the way, if you are spending what you have not earned, that is not your money. But that is not your money. And that is what makes young men, that is what makes young men to really fall into these schemes of wash, and others fall into gambling, and then they later, as soon as these things don't work out, you now fall into alcoholism. You go into because of frustrations and a lot of expectations. You go to depression, and finally you commit suicide. Because it is the story of like Simon Makonde. You know, Simon Makonde was born on Monday, Tuesday akaenda shule, Wednesday akaoa, Thursday akapata mtoto, on Friday he died. The story yako ni kama Simon Makonde. There's nothing we can hold you for. What do we know you for? Yeah. There's nothing.
Just like you went to school and that is enough.
As we talk about that issue of actually going home and being able to earn, you need to grow your brand. Yes. Can you have a brand that we know you for? Yeah. For example, human resource management, what I'm doing is so huge. We're always saying ng'ombe ni kubwa. Look for somewhere. Ukipata mkia chukua mkia. Ukipata kichwa, ukipata masikio, enda na hiyo. Ukipata mguu, ukipata orenge, chukua orenge uende nayo. What we are saying is, it is so huge. You can actually get something out of it. Yeah, yeah. If you do good branding of yourself, and you have a branding that you know. Maybe my interviews are always known. You know, I'm known that I am a terrible interviewer. Not terrible negative, terrible positive. If I interview, if you tell me I need an accountant now, you give me 2 hours, or if you give me 1 day, I'll give you that person. And I'll give you the best person. Because people know that is a skill that you have mastered. Yeah. You have perfected. Yeah. The Bible says a man's gift makes room for him. Yeah, yeah. It is your gift. How do you develop it? How do you sharpen your skill? How do you make yourself agile to the society and being able to fit in? Yeah. So yes, you can go home. Yeah. But don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. You can stay in town. Yeah. But don't be lazy. Actually, at least find something to do. Okay. You may be getting 400 bob per day. But it is yours. You have earned it. You have earned that 400. Okay, yeah. You are better than that person who is seated somewhere. You may be just a loader. I remember my cousin, when he went, he got a job in Babadogo, somewhere there, and now they were loading big things. Now he tells me when he went there the first time, he found people running with heavy sacks, those 90 kg. Wanakimbiza wakipeleka wakirudisha, wanakimbiza. He told me alipewa ya kwanza, akaenda ya kwanza akafika. So ukipika huku tena naye akakuja ya pili. Aliekewa ya pili hivi. Hivyo ndivyo alianguka akafika.
But he was trying to earn something from
when
it.
That person later gets a job where he's earning 10,000, he's able to manage
budget well
financially, and they are happy because you are earning.
You're earning,
you spend
can account for it.
what you earn.
Yeah.
So young men, that's what I can say when going home.
Wow. That is powerful, guys. I think that is an intense information than when you don't go home and you don't really explain. So I believe that one, mtu anaelewa sasa vizuri. It's not bad, but don't go there to be lazy. If you have a strategy that you're going to do home, it is really advised that you go and do it and earn, so that you don't just be a spender. Another thing, just before we continue, because we are talking to someone who is out of school now, is graduating. Sasa ni mse wa nje. And I know even you at one point of life you are there. Before we continue in this professional journey, maybe you can just share with us a brief experience of what you as a person, because here we are not giving people story. We are giving people what we have seen. So maybe just explaining to us, how was life like? Because you are in an internship, then ulimaliza attachment ukarudi shule before upate internship, ama ulibahatika ukapata tu immediately.
All right.
Yeah.
How mine actually went is I have always wanted to work hard.